If passed, the fire department says it would start working with the city to develop a building plan like this one here on La Madrona Drive. With triple-digit heat expected in many parts of the Central Coast this week, CAL FIRE says even safe and sane fireworks are sparking concern. Well, right behind me is where the fire happened, as you can tell by the burned areas. But right over here, just a few yards away, are people's homes, and on the other side, a school. And as you can see, several people are out here holding up signs saying support teachers, invest in teachers, and even a sign across the street, and if you can see it from all these cars passing, saying invierten en los niños, which means invest in the children. You can just see how destructive these winds are. This huge branch here falling on top of this blue car, and you can even see where this branch fell from. It looks like it fell from this tree here. You can just see where it snapped off and fell. This is how Jonathan Street in Pájaro looked like back in March. Buildings consumed by several inches of water. Now, although it doesn't look like that now, businesses are still paying for the damages. Howdy, Veronica. As you can see, people are already enjoying what the rodeo has to offer, from tacos to churros to popcorn. It was here in this front yard where the suspect was first spotted. Now, I talked to a woman who was home alone when she saw the suspect walking in her front yard. Seguiremos proporcionando actualizaciones a medida que los resultados sigan llegando. Reportando desde Monterrey, Dania Romero, Telemundo, Noticiero Costa Central. En el primer mes de su lanzamiento, Samuel y Benito dice que ya se han hecho más de 200 descargas. Para algunos, esta aplicación es el primer lugar donde se puede traducir artículos en triqui. The Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office searching for multiple suspects tonight in connection with a shooting last night near the city of Watsonville. The Senate voted to avoid a partial government shutdown by passing a bill that funds federal agencies until September. And this tornado occurring at around 1:30 this afternoon, a time and day where a lot of people have off and are normally running errands at this busy shopping center. So I'm sure people driving to Target or to McDonald's did not expect to quite literally run into a tornado. Now, those storms on the Central Coast leaving their mark across our counties. People hurt, widespread power outages, and damage all over the Monterey Peninsula. But first, that tornado in Scotts Valley, it's the first recorded tornado ever there.
Was all the way. It's gone.
Several people wanting to visit the Big Sur coast now being turned away because of this. A slip out near Rocky Creek, forcing a closure at Highway 1 and Palo Colorado Road. Now, Caltrans tells me the high tide and the heavy rainfall was just a recipe for disaster. As you can see here, it looks like the weather literally took a bite out of the road. Now, this wall that used to be here along the road is now several feet down from the road, currently just being washed away from the ocean. First-time visitors to the Big Sur coast, Maria Caranco and Ulises Padilla, devastated the road slipped out days before their trip.
This is my really first time in this part of the California coast, in this area, and I wanted to see it all, and now I'm not able to do that.
Our plans were to visit like every single point in Big Sur and starting in Monterey, Santa Cruz, and head home. But apparently we have to now go back.
Kirk Gaffil, owner of Nepente and part of the Big Sur Chamber of Commerce, says with slides on both sides of his business, he says he feels like he's on an island. More than 50% of his business relies on customers coming from the north.
Business levels were quite low yesterday, and of course today going forward until we can restore public access to Big Sur, business levels will be quite low. And some businesses may elect to close temporarily.
And because of the reduction in business, there may be a reduction in the workforce.
There will be immediate economic impacts that with each passing day will be greater and greater for our workforce and for our businesses.
The shocking aftermath is visible from outside this North 2nd Street home in King City. Bullet holes marked on windows, cars, homes, and fences. In the end, King City police say 11 people were shot and 4 killed.
We've had other homicides, just not to this degree.
Police say this all happened at around 6 o'clock. 3 people dressed in black opening fire on people celebrating a birthday. Police arrived 10 minutes later and Monday morning are still trying to determine a motive.
The investigation's early. I don't know if this was a targeted attack, a random attack.
Greenfield police helped with the investigation and tell us multiple guns were used in the attack. Multiple other agencies responded, including Seaside Police and the CHP. King City Police are patrolling schools in the aftermath of the shooting.
It creates quite a bit of disruption in the the lives of everyday citizens and the kids going to and from school. There's a level of fear, which we totally understand, and our goal was to try to be as supportive of that community as we could possibly be.
For the past 2 years, Sally Cerna has called this encampment in Soledad home.
But this is the only place we have for right now.
Sally was born and raised in Soledad. She was living with her father and 2 kids. When her father passed away 2 years ago, that's when Sally's life took a turn.
So I lost my Section 8 because I couldn't make the rent because I was waiting for life insurance, but there wasn't any, and it was just so quickly. I became homeless like within a month or 2, and I couldn't get back from then. It's really slippery.
No, it's okay.
You have to like almost count on falling.
Sally took me down the steps that lead to her home, nestled between trees and other tents. She says one of the hardest parts about living here is the location. The encampment sits in a vulnerable area near the Salinas River and Highway 101. Sally recalls when she was affected by the flooding of the river last year.
Whether or not if it's gonna rain, we gotta keep, looking at the weather, and if it floods, we can all be wiped out, and that's always on our mind, always.
It started to rain when Sally was showing me around the camp, and afterward, the area was a muddy mess. With the safety of the people living in the encampment and the city in mind, the city is urging the county to apply for the encampment resolution funding provided by the state. Now, it's a grant similar to the one that helped the city of Salinas clean out the homeless encampment in Carr Lake.
We're considered a disadvantaged community, and we have a lot of needs, and we're just barely able to make ends meet with the budgets that we have.
With the possibility of the city of Soledad not receiving anything, people like Sally are relying on the generosity of people like Nick Bianchi, who stops by several times a week.
Their immediate needs are always socks, blankets, clean, dry, warm clothing, especially this river's going to be coming up in a couple of months.
People discriminate, and sometimes the stores discriminate, and it's really awful. Real quick, it could be them.